You've touched on this a little bit, but I'd really like to have you get a little more specific. And that's regards the property tax system change by state government this last session. I want to know how, because there's going to be a decrease in revenues to the city. How do you manage the city budget with these decreases? And what process or plans would you have to maximize budget dollars without significantly raising the overall city tax? So if you could give me three things at a max that you think would help with this.
First off, in terms of what the state did, in terms of commercial property tax, they cut it 10%, and the real concern that the city officials across the state had, and it's well placed, is that the state is saying we'll backfill that, and they don't believe the state government. I know that's hard to believe, but I think given the state's situation for the next couple of years, Jane, I think they will backfill that money because the state has a very large surplus. I think after 2 or 3 years that may come into play whether or not they continue to backfill. And as was mentioned, they reclassified departments, so there will be a hit there. But I don't think the hit for the next couple of years will be as big as it potentially could be 3 or 4 years down the road. But so to that question is, this is where the opportunity lies with the new mayor. Just what I outlined in the last question, going into the city government and saying what are we doing that we can do better and more efficiently. And so I think that's the process you have to go in and talk about. What are we doing now that isn't really the core mission of public health or the core mission of Parks and Rec? What are we doing that maybe we can reinvest that money, which then will give us some leeway if some of those dollars don't come in. So I think it's just a matter of reevaluating everything that we're doing. I'm not going to take 10 seconds. My current job is Executive Director of Area Education Agency of the State of Iowa. We've merged from 15 to 9 because of budget cuts. And so we've gone through that process in that situation where we've refocused our efforts and we've taken that money to try to replace the money that we've lost. And I think that's what we have to do at city government. I think that the city will continue to have growth in other areas. Hopefully, retail sales and things of that nature, and so that will help mitigate that somewhat. But it will be about looking for efficiencies in city government that I'm not sure have been done each and every year forever. And I think there are some efficiencies there that can be done and services maintained without loss of employment.
Yeah, it would be naive to say that there probably aren't opportunities for efficiencies. It really is a worse scenario than what's being portrayed, though, because we're going to lose, again, about 4.7% of our property taxes. You're familiar with Iowa property tax law. If you do new construction for the first 18 months, that new construction isn't on the books. So the state's going to reimburse the money for 2 years. Anything that we certify valuation on this year, we collect 18 months from now, but we're not going to, anything down the road after that does not come online for 18 months. So we're really going to have a gap in there. We need to get new home construction going again, and we think we've seen some revitalization on that front, ironically, because I think you can still get a deeply discounted home that's already constructed, but new construction and new subdivisions has gone very well. And so hopefully we can get some valuation there. We need to, again, it's repetitive, do some aggressive recruiting for economic development, help local businesses expand. We've got some TIF money coming online as TIF gets paid down in certain developments. We should get some of that money. We really need valuations of houses to go up. This was brought painfully aware to me when I learned in the house that I bought 5 years ago is now worth $60,000 less than what I paid for it. So I think if we get some recovery and valuation, that should help. But we really are in a tough situation. Keep talking about it, get out there, we're going to do economic development recruitment. we don't have labor, we don't have shovel-ready ground, we're really starting from square one. And that needs to be on the forefront. If we don't, there are two solutions. You can cut costs, or you can increase revenues. And if you can't increase revenues through valuation, you can increase revenues through raising taxes. So it's either cutting personnel, and I tell you, after being on the council for 18 years, every time you take away a service, there's somebody who would really like that service. So